all, it's Georgia again here, and I'm back with a new build. In the last one, which was also the first one, I told you how much I love TV shows, and my favorite TV shows is Sherlock from the BBC. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I could build the 221B Baker Street from the BBC. And I thought it was a good idea, and honestly, it was really hard. I'm gonna tell you that it's not 100% accurate because there are some things that I couldn't do, but there are also some things that I changed because of, Sims purpose, basically. I don't think, I haven't tested this, so I don't think your Sims will be able to do everything, especially in the kitchen, which is really cramped and it's really filled with stuff and it's really small. It's not a small kitchen. It just, in the TV show, you realize that the space with the table and, the counters and everything is really small. So I just wanted, I just wanted it to be that, to feel, I don't know how to explain it. I just wanted it to feel small and filled with stuff and, that BBC vibe that you have. Also, the stairs. There was a problem with the stairs because in the TV show we see the stairs and they go upstairs. There's the front door and there's another door. You can see me putting, I think, the first door, but the second one, I don't think I was recording when I added that. But anyway, so the stairs, as soon as you walk through the front door, there are the stairs and there are a few steps of them, and then you have to go to the right, and then there are other steps. The stairs they're curved basically. So of course we cannot do that in The Sims. So I had to. So basically, the stairs they're not at all like the ones in the TV show. Also, the foundations. I wanted to add foundations, but guys, in The Sims 4, you cannot put the front door and the stairs attached to each other. There has to be at least 1 square flooring between the door and the stairs, and I didn't like that. I tried it, but I didn't like it, and I thought, you know what, it's just 1 or 2 steps, I think. So I think we can, just avoid foundations. Another thing, you're probably thinking this is not 221B Baker Street, but it is. Another thing is the 221C. It's basically a basement, but if you see the building in the show, there are other houses. There's no space between a building and another. So I put the windows from the 221C, but on the side of the building, and they shouldn't be there because there should be like another building immediately attached to it. So I was thinking that perhaps there is some room for the 221C behind Mrs. Hudson's apartment, but I'm not sure if there is a backyard or not. I put a little backyard, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it there because this is not accurate anyway. The problem with this, guys, is that basically, the building and the set of the TV show are 2 completely different things. Here you can see me trying to find a door that was good, and I didn't find one, so I had to put one in that I wasn't really at this one, that I was really happy about, but we don't have a black huge door like I wanted. We do, but it looks medieval and it looks old and it has like chains on it and it's really weird. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna put that one. Anyway, as I was saying, the building that we see, it's not the building. I mean, they don't shoot inside that building, but there is they build a set. So basically, it's like Inception, because no, you know what? It's more like a TARDIS. It's like a Doctor Who TARDIS. Totally is. Because yeah, I was trying here to do that, but it wasn't just working. Anyway, that weird thing is really weird that it does that when you add the foundations, and you add stairs, and then when you remove the foundations, they're just the stairs there, and it's really weird. Anyway, I'm digressing. What I was trying to say is that it's like a TARDIS, because basically, if you see the building, it's not from the outside. You realize that the whole apartment, their apartment, Mrs. Hudson's apartment, and the 221C, they couldn't fit inside that building. It's really weird, because I've never given this too much thought, because I was really, busy watching the TV show. Which, if you miss just 1 second, you go like, what happened? But yeah, guys, it's when I started to doing some research for this, I just realized that I couldn't figure out the layout of the building, because basically Mrs. Hudson's apartment shouldn't exist. We only see her kitchen. I mean, I put the kitchen in a way that it kind of makes sense, because we can see a door in our kitchen and a window, and it almost looks like it's on the right side of the building. So I try to do that, and it makes a little bit of sense. But I also saw one image. Yes, it was an image on the internet where some people, they tried to figure out the layout of the 221 BakerStreet, and from the TV show, and the only way it actually makes sense with the building that we see in the show is that Mrs. Hudson's kitchen is on the ground floor, and her bedroom / living room is on the second floor with John's room. But it wouldn't make any sense, because we see Mrs. Hudson in her apartment. We've just seen her kitchen, of course, but she's always downstairs. So if she had like a living room or a bedroom upstairs, she would be there sometimes, but she's not. So I figured that it wasn't actually right, Anyway, at the end, I thought, you know what? If it doesn't make sense, I don't care. I honestly don't care. I also had to build inside Speedy's, which is the shop that we see in the TV show, which is basically inside the building, so I couldn't cut it off. And I built this little shop, and you can see me building this in this part, which is very short. It's like 10 minutes, 12, just like the first one of the plasma. But I decided to, make it just a little bit, shorter, because the next parts, guys, oh God, I had so much trouble. It's not, as I told you, it's not 100% accurate. Especially John and Sherlock's living room, which is basically the most important part of the building, because it's where almost everything happens, And there are chairs, and I finally figured out where the TV is, but it's really, really, it should have been bigger. It should have, but if I made it bigger, then it would have been weird, because the exterior building would have looked too big. I don't know if I'm explaining if I'm making any sense. But anyway, I decided to make it that small, and that's why probably your Sims can't go through some, things. I don't think they can use the kitchen at all. But you can change that, of course. You can move in your Sherlock and Watson if you want to create them. And also, I didn't put any screenshots in this part because I'm gonna add screenshots in the probably the next one or the last one, because yes, it's 3 parts, guys. It was gonna be 2, but I had some trouble with the recording process in the second part, and I had to cut it off. So instead of build everything all over again, I decided to add another part. So yeah, I think this little Speedy is really cute. I don't remember, guys, if we actually ever get to see it on the inside, but perhaps it's even bigger inside. But if I made it bigger, Mrs. Hudson apartment wouldn't exist again. So yeah. Also, cut off again the wallpaper part because I looked at the pictures over and over again, and because I was just trying to figure out, a good wallpaper for the walls, one that was at least a little bit accurate. And guys, I couldn't find a black and white one, because in the living room they have like a one part that is like black and white, and the other it's red and white. I had to go with dark brown. It was the most accurate one because I thought the wallpaper from the vampire stuff game pack, they will work, but they actually don't, because they're either completely black or completely white, so it just doesn't work. Anyway, we're basically almost done with this because I just put, I also cut out me putting windows because I had to figure out where they were exactly. So, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the next part. Also, I'm going to put like some tables in, but then I'm going to have to remove them. You can see after that. And yeah, well, thank you for watching. Bye.